I'm Tim Willging, happy to be with you here at the Open Mainframe Summit. Today, I'll be talking about Zowe and how it has matured over the last few years and how it is now an ideal platform for providing unified user experiences on ZOS to bring great simplification, integration, and cloud-like simplicity to the ZOS professional. Zowe has been very popular, approaching 100,000 downloads of its various components since its introduction. Over the last few years, Zowe has really matured to where it is now an ideal platform to develop on top of. Two of the main tenets of ZOS are high availability and reliability. Zowe has been recently enhanced with high availability and fault tolerance features. Zowe now supports configurations on multiple LPARs of a sysplex, supporting the ZOS sysplex distributor, and even including the capability to restart various components of Zowe upon failure. This brings reliability and availability not only to the features and functions of Zowe itself, but also to the software that's developed on top of it. The Zowe community has put quite a bit of work into making it up and running or improving the time to joy, as I like to put it, making it easier to install and configure and getting Zowe's components functioning within a ZOS shop. The documentation has been improved, the install scripting has been greatly improved, and the error messages during install have also been improved, all making it possible to get Zowe up and running within hours at most any ZOS shop. The community has also been working on Docker support or containerization, and is now moving to provide orchestration. This brings a more cloud-like experience to the deployment and up and running of Zowe, making it more like infrastructure that can be managed throughout Z. And as we grow in this support and get your support in the Zowe community and giving us feedback on this, we see a future where Zowe and the software that's built upon it can be deployed within containers. So please join us and partner in this journey. And one of the most important reasons why Zowe is an ideal platform is that it's open source. ZOS, by its definition, is a closed-sourced operating system, but developing on top of Zowe and bringing open software principles and practices to that community provides an ideal platform for the modernization of ZOS. Zowe is extensible, all of its components can be extended, again, providing a great platform for either you, a Zowe explorer as a customer, to build something on top of it, or commercial software vendors to build something on top of Zowe, again, creating an ideal place for us to build experiences that interact and interface with each other. And last but not least, one of the main tenets of ZOS is security. And Zowe, I can tell you, rest assured, it is secure. Zowe has been designed from the ground up to leverage ZOS authentication through SAF. That means as you log into Zowe and perform authorization functions in Zowe, there are services that allow ZOS to do that authentication with the ZOS user ID, the ZOS password, and it provides an ideal platform to extend the security that ZOS provides you. It provides some simplification on top of that, or additional features and functions, as well as it provides single sign-on support to make that easier for customers to log in. It provides multi-factor authentication support, again providing another layer as customers log into Zowe and software is built on top of Zowe. There's a framework to support MFA. And one of the most important features is Zowe provides an architecture to execute APF authorized functions on ZOS itself. So as a software vendor, we have lots of offerings that require special authorization. Zowe provides a framework for us to do that in a very secure way through a logon to execute those APF authorized functions in a very secure manner and do that within the framework of Zowe. So it's easier for us to leverage secure, hardened ZOS administrative functions that we built over the years, but do that through a modern interface with Zowe. And Zowe's been through all of the latest IBM principles and practices such as security by design, software scanning, and penetration testing. Zowe is also available in a commercial offering where you can get a support. So from IBM, you can purchase Zowe support. You can download it from Shop Z. You can install it via SMPE. And as your organization is building something on top of Zowe or leveraging it yourselves, you can be assured that you'll get support for those Zowe functions that you are exploiting. From a commercial software standing, if you purchase from IBM commercial software that leverages Zowe or is built on top of it, rest assured, buying that commercial software gets you support for Zowe in its features and functions that bring you that commercial software. So as I mentioned before, Rocket and IBM have a vision for a Zowe-based future and leveraging Zowe for bringing modern cloud-like experiences to administering and managing ZOS. As you know, Zowe has many different components from the application framework, targeting mostly application administrators, systems administrators and operators, the application developers through the explorers and the command line interface for DevOps type functions, API mediation layer. We've been focusing quite a bit of effort on the application framework, targeting the administrators and operators, and the API mediation layer for providing services, and some DevOps as well by providing services for implementing COS administrative functions as well. One of the offerings that we've come out with is IBM Service Management Explorer, or IBM IZSME. And this is really a modernization of the Tivoli Enterprise Portal, which is a way to bring all of the Omegamon performance suite, bring all of that data up to a visualization layer where you can get alerts and situations and be able to easily see how well Z is performing. Zowe has been leveraged for the modernization of this application. And what did that really provide to our customers? It provided a zero client footprint. So it went from a client-based install to a Zowe application, leveraging a single install of Zowe, a single install of the application, and then it gets delivered to its customers via the browser interface. It also provided a way to get single sign-on support, multi-factor authentication, and one of the most important things about Zowe is it provides a framework for in-context launch between applications. So if you start with an IBM product called Service Management Unite, you can become alerted to a particular situation. You can right-click within Zowe and launch in context from one application to another. So many of you have been doing this in Windows and Mac for years. Zowe provides the framework for you to do that on COS. Another way we're modernizing is partnering with IBM for delivery of modernization of the IBM DB2 Tools platform. So there have been several products over the years, some client-based installs, some web-based installs through Data Server Manager. The administrative functions of all these products are being combined and delivered in something called the IBM DB2 Administration Foundation. Again, Zowe is an ideal platform for this because it's extensible. Zowe provides integration with other applications, and it provides that zero footprint install. Here's a nice screenshot showing you the IBM Administration Foundation along with other Zowe applications. And again, this is a way for a modern COS professional to log in, interact with Z in a desktop interface, and in many cases avoiding having to go to a 3270 session to get the information they need, and as this modernization grows, to be able to perform all the actions that they need without having to go to a 3270 or an ISPF application as well. And Zowe provides the great framework, as I mentioned, to be able to execute software on Z in an APF authorized manner so you can be administered, but administered in a modern way. We're also leveraging the API mediation layer so that the services that we're building can be built into DevOps pipelines and workflows and workstream workflows via modern orchestration. And here's a nice chart showing this vision of the IBM DB2 DevOps experience the administration foundation, future experiences, and Zowe provides a nice framework for the consolidation of the metadata for administration of those applications, a nice framework for presentation of APIs through the API mediation layer, and the ability, as I keep mentioning, to grow this ecosystem to cross-launch between, say, the JES Explorer or the file editors that are provided within Zowe, again, providing a great ecosystem for the modernization of how you interact with ZOS. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the Open Mainframe Summit. Thank you.